In this week's Observer, Dave Meltzer claimed that there were definitely talks in the direction of having Bray Wyatt come back to WWE. And he added that at one point talks had stalled, but it was said not to be a dead issue. It was also noted that talks between Wyatt and other companies outside of WWE have also stalled in the past due to his asking price being well above what anybody was willing to pay. The belief is that towards the end of his WWE run, behind really only Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar, when you factor in merch money, Bray was one of the highest paid wrestlers in the entire world. And I guess when you're one of the highest paid wrestlers in the entire world, unless you're a big spender and you are blowing through all of your money, I guess you can afford to take your time and sit back and not rush right back into the wrestling business until you're ready to come back. So that's the update on Bray Wyatt, but the reason I bring this up is because there was a segment that took place during one of the commercial breaks during Smackdown on Friday night that has a lot of people talking. And there's a lot of fan cam video, well, not a lot, but there's like a couple of versions of this that people posted on social media. And the arena is darkened, and you see people holding up their phones almost like the Fireflies when Bray Wyatt used to make his entrance. All of a sudden, the song White Rabbit by Jefferson Airplane starts to play, which is a song that draws on the imagery from the book Alice in Wonderland and talking about down the rabbit hole. And so they're playing this song, and it's the isolated vocals. It's Grace Slick's isolated vocals, which makes it sound even more haunting. And then towards the end of the song, in the arena, they start to bring up this red light, which is a red light that we used to see whenever the Fiend would make his entrance. But we've also seen that red light used in the past for Karrion Kross. So that begs the question, does this have anything to do with a potential Bray Wyatt return, or is it tied in more with Karrion Kross, who is on SmackDown? And Karrion Kross used to be the leader of the Rabbit Tribe. Remember the White Rabbit King on Lucha Underground? That was Karrion Kross back in his Killer Kross days. So that could be an explanation for this as well. I just find it funny. We have Jefferson Starship in AEW. Now we have Jefferson Airplane in WWE. And I was just watching an episode the other day of Married with Children with Jefferson Darcy. But if WWE is going to kind of go the AEW route, and Triple H is going to, like Tony Khan, start shelling out some money for actual songs, I'm all for it. I think when you use the right songs in certain situations, it's absolutely worth it to shell out the money and pay for it. What this was about, though, I have no idea. Obviously, this was not a mistake. This was not a commercial for anything. This is not a song they've ever played before, even just for the live crowd. This has to be tied into someone's debut or someone's return. Bray Wyatt would be the logical choice, but we can't rule out the possibility it could be a new song for Karrion Kross. I don't see anything wrong with his existing song, the one that Scarlett sings. I think it's a good song. But if they want to use this song for him, this is a pretty cool song too. Speaking of music, Triple H is making all of these moves. And there was another report also from the Observer this week that Triple H has some other surprises planned for people that people may not be expecting, as far as bringing people back or bringing new people into the company. I have no idea if one of those names is Jim Johnston, but if not, let me put that out there into the universe. I'm sure other people have already beaten me to it. Triple H, if he's in the business of bringing people back, he ought to bring back Jim Johnston, because their music, ever since they lost him, and even CFOs had some good stuff, and then they went away, they disbanded. Their music situation ain't what it used to be. And Jim Johnston is, as far as we know, he's still available. So I would make a play to try to bring him back in to try to fix this music situation in this company. So whatever those surprises are, I'd like for him to be one of them. But yes, we'll see if they play this music again this week, or if they do anything like this on TV. This was off television. Nothing is actually played on television so far. But my first thought was the same thought that I'm sure a lot of you had, that it could be tied into Bray Wyatt, who has had conversations about coming back with the company. Where those conversations are right now, if they're active, if they've died down, that we don't know. But this White Rabbit stuff was not an accident.